Hi. Today, I'd like to spend a little time talking about a dynamic and a quality that for me is pretty important in not only the experience we have with ourselves, but our movement through the world and how we bring our awareness to the qualities we bring to our everyday experience and the qualities we nurture and those that are not so easy to spend time with. So, a theme for this brief talk is wholeness and the inevitability of our being a combination of many aspects of personality, of spiritual life, of all kinds of qualities of being. When I think of wholeness, I think of the example of a kaleidoscope, that when we turn the tube on a kaleidoscope and all the little pieces of glass shift their pattern, it's really important to notice nothing has been removed and nothing has been added. Instead, it's a reconfiguring of all the aspects of that kaleidoscope's wholeness. So one of the dynamics I've thought about over the years that has ended up being very helpful for me to think about is the dynamic of foreground background, as in the kaleidoscope, that there are times we're moving through life and we have some distressing or destabilizing feeling pop into the foreground of awareness. It hasn't come from nowhere. It hasn't been added. It's just been brought to the foreground of our experience. So I think one of the real miracles of healing and of being, frankly, in day-to-day life at all is the amazing gift of awareness. That when we can draw on awareness and we are able to consciously notice, whoa, I just had something come into the foreground of my experience that, well, I don't like it. When we have awareness, we have choice. That's a really key piece of managing our wholeness in the world as we move through experiences. And from a spiritual point of view, it's a way we can be more actively in a position of choice about what we want to radiate into our environment and how we want to be in the world. I'm sure I've mentioned in other recordings that it is impossible not to affect the world around you. We are constantly in interactive relationship with everything around us, and we are in every moment radiating our presence and the quality and tone of our life expression. So let's say some really disturbing or distressing feeling pops into the foreground. When we have awareness, we can remind ourselves, I can't get rid of my wholeness, but I can decide how I am going to move through what pops into the foreground. If we have access to our noticing brain and we can bring awareness to it. So I might be really distressed. I might be crying. I might be scared, whatever the quality. And within that experience, if I'm aware and I'm able to notice, I can then choose how I'm going to manage that or move through it. I may not be able to have the feeling get back there in the background, but I might be able to choose how I'm going to manage it, move through it without exploding it all over my environment. We are constantly emanating our unique energy signature. Our core presence is constantly arising within our being, within our whole body, mind, being, and radiating out into the world around us. The piece about the noticing brain is that I can choose how much of what I'm feeling I'm going to express, throw out into the environment, and how much I'm going to manage, metabolize, soothe, experience internally. And I guess the bottom line of this particular piece I wanted to share with you is how to honor, really honor, the inevitable wholeness that we are. We can't be anything but whole. And even the parts of us we don't like very much are aspects that aren't going anywhere. We can get better and better at managing them. And we can get better and better at diminishing the impact of feelings and responses we don't particularly like in ourselves, but they're not going anywhere. Wholeness is wholeness. And I am a real fiend for acceptance of our wholeness. And I would add in here, just before I finish, one of the things I invite all of us to do all the time is to send love to this amazing community of trillions of organisms that are these bodies that allow us to be here. To send love not only to our physicality, but also to our whole being, to our emotional aspect of being, to our mental aspect of being, to our spiritual aspect of experience, whatever that is, to fill ourselves, flood ourselves with the frequency of love, because when all is said and done, it really is the most healing frequency we can draw on for individual or collective well-being and healing. And so for this time, that's what I wanted to share. And until next time, I hope all is well. Take care. Bye for now.